So today we have a very, very special topic. Focusing on academic results will make your kids just like everybody else. And today we have a very special guest with us, Stuart. Hi, Stuart. How are you?
Hi, guys.
And I've known Stuart for about close to 9 years now. Okay, and he has such an interesting background where he has worked, from businesses to working in MNCs and across the world. And I felt that it would be cool if parents can hear the struggles that we have in our country. Are we alone? And if we are not alone, then where else is facing the same things? And then which countries are doing very well to get ready for whatever is coming at their children.
A quick example of what happened to me in my career when I first started out. I didn't really like school. I was interested in sports and doing activities, so school was okay for me. But my brother, who was older than me, was an academic. He loved school. So the problem I had is when I went to school, to the same school, all the teachers assumed I was like him. Now, if anyone's got two children, they're never the same. They are not the same, okay? So don't imagine they're going to be the same. And don't imagine every kid in the class is the same. We all learn different ways in different times. So my issue when I went to school was, because he was my brother, the assumption was I was also super intelligent academic. And I wasn't. The lessons that actually inspired me were from teachers who ignited my imagination, who told me stories, who made me think in different ways, not just fed me information. So that was a kind of a lesson for me, was we all learn differently. And that's how I've looked at myself going forward. And if I could make a very generalized statement, which maybe Anne will then pick up and take along, or even Kevin, is that Asian parents, or in Asia, the tendency is to be very competitive. Not just in school, but in industry, all the way through. I went to a cram center. So a cram center where children go to learn extra activities on the same program, okay? And they could not believe that children were sat there doing extra work on the same subject and paying for it. It blew their mind. This is not the way kids learn. And the reason I would say that I've now been associated with Anne is what I see she does and what they do in their school groups are more akin to the way I believe personally education should be. All the places I've been in the world, there's nowhere doing the things that she's doing the way she's doing it, which is why I'm actually here with her as well.
Well, thank you very much, Stuart.
So we as parents, right, we always feel like, if our kids, we study hard, we get good grades, get good result, okay, then your future is guaranteed, okay, no problem. So we are like, make sure now you get 18 A's in your SPM, then after that you confirm no problem. So now we want to hear from Stuart. Stuart, how is it like in other parts of the countries, like other parts of the world? Is it like the same? Like we treat our kids like our toy, So we are like fighting with other parents, like, wow, my son got 10A. How many A's you got? Oh, your son got 9A. Oh, my son better, that kind of thing.
Most parts of the world now have a similar view, okay? Because now we're a global community. And it used to be, it was important to be a graduate and get a degree and, strive for that and get the most important degree. But when everyone's got a degree, what's the value of a degree? Now, I'm not saying it's got no value, but I'm saying it's got less value when everyone's got one. My concern is we're still pushing kids to become more and more specialized and experts. But now, as the world's changing and organizations are changing, that profile is no longer of relevance, in my view. And the more specialized you get, the more problems you're going to have in the future to transfer those special skills somewhere else. If you specialize too much, you're ultimately going to, build yourself out of a future. Because if that specialization one day is taken over by AI, what do? Where'd you go? Now, when the future was established and relatively static and easy to understand, we had all these professions to go for. I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a banker. When all those things were established, you could say, okay, I want you to be this. Because if you be this, you're now set for life. That's not the case anymore now. Wow. Probably if you're studying accounting today at university, probably no job in 3 years' time. Because that can be done by a piece of code, right? Wow. An algorithm or whatever. So all those things are gone. So how we look at the world has to be from the real world back to education. not from the past of education today. So education needs to be thinking about the future, not the past.
Wow, that's so interesting, Stuart. I studied accounting for my degree, so I'm actually a bit worried now. But yeah, but anyway, I'm not doing accountancy, so I'm also deviated.
So you made the right move, okay? 20% of the people, I think, I always use these figures sometimes. 20% of kids will do well, whatever, academically, because it's just they can do that. It's in their DNA, right? But 80% will struggle sometimes, perhaps. But we used to always measure academic success, and that was academic success was our measurement of intelligence. And that's not the measure of intelligence.
Wow.
Academic success was the measure of will you be successful in life. That's not the case anymore.
And this is one thing that I need parents to understand as well. When you focus your kids on just a degree or the academic side, right? When they come out, I've been already hearing, even in the UK, people are already telling me, and even in the UK, they realize that a degree, the value of a degree has dropped a lot. The thing is that if you want your kid with a degree to have double the value, you're going to have these additional skills, which is actually the human skills, which most education systems around Asia, they have actually systemized the education component of the system.